When should marriage be brought up in a relationship? And who should be the one that brings it up?
Aha. So as I discussed in 3% Man, a man's job in his courtship is simply to create an opportunity for sex, to have to hang out, to have fun, and to hook up. Now, if you're ultra religious, you're Christian, you're Muslim, whatever, and you're like no sex until marriage, then the seduction happens on the wedding night, and you kissy poo, you fool around, whatever. You go as far as you're allowed to go when you're dating and you're courting a woman. But the reality, like I talk about in the book, is a guy, the idea is if she really likes you, because attraction is not a choice. And what most guys experience when they meet a girl that they really like and who reciprocates is they talk her out of liking them. In other words, they display so much unattractive behavior that after a couple of dates, she's turned off to the point where she doesn't want to date him. She only either thinks of him as a friend or she has no interest in ever speaking to the guy again. And so the idea is when a woman's already interested in you because attraction is not a choice, Mother Nature's handled that, and you take measured steps and you go out on one date per week and you display mostly attractive behavior, then what happens is the weeks go by, her interest grows up and she feels safe with you. And as her interest goes up and she feels safe and comfortable with you, she's going to feel safe and comfortable to call you or to text you or send you a meme or to message you. And you should assume when she does that, she wants to see you, and then you make the next date. So typically what happens week 7, week 8, the woman is starting to feel feelings of being in love and typically starts hinting at or bringing up being exclusive. And if you follow what's in the book, then like I said, it's week 7, week 8, typically, sometimes week 6, sometimes sooner if her interest is super high to where she wants to be exclusive. And the same thing with marriage. When things are good, typically guys should date for 2-3 years before they get married. I mean, I've had lots of success stories from guys that got engaged after 6 months. But the point being is that feminine energy is bonding, connecting, opening up to receive love, dating and relationship labels, family, nesting, all of those things. That's feminine energy. And so if you follow what's in the book, eventually your girl will be bringing up, when are we getting married? I was hoping we would get engaged soon, or the types of things that I've heard. Usually, I was hoping we would get engaged soon is the term I've heard the most. But women will hint at that. They will bring it up. They will let you know that they're ready. There'll be none of this, I hope she, it's like whenever I see dudes, they're like, she said yes, as if, wow, whew, thank God, I feel she said yes to me and he wasn't sure. If you know my book, you'll know she's ready for it. As a matter of fact, she'll be asking for it. And if you follow what's in the book, you'll be going slower than she is. And when you finally do propose, if that's what you want to do, you know she's going to say yes because she's been asking you. And she'll be like, finally. You'll make her the happiest girl. She'll be crying. She'll be calling her mom and her family and be all excited about it. So you shouldn't be bringing it up. The girl will bring it up. It's not necessary.
Look, we're passing by K. What's it called?
Every kiss begins with K.
Every every
K's
kiss begins
shoulders.
with K. I've always thought that.
Don't be given a $30,000 engagement ring when you only make $30,000 a year.
Well, they do say that you should spend, what is it?
2 months a year
salary? 3 months salary on.
That's a lie. That's just
she could lose the ring.
Spend money.
That's why it's insured.
Just a big lie, big diamond to get you to buy diamonds.
Unless it's easy to afford, you should get something modest that
it's a
doesn't
3 month salary.
Can you make payments?
The whole diamond ring thing
Yes.
didn't even
like
happen.
finance them.
It didn't even happen until the
course.
1960s
bought a
because
ring
of
for
good
someone
marketing.
before.
That's the only
Not
reason.
true.
Yes, it is. The only reason they never were giving diamond rings before. It was just great marketing.
Well, it came way before that.
No, it was in like the 1950s, 1960s.
Oh, no.
That's when the whole
50s?
Yeah, there was an NFL
Yeah.
player. I'm not going to say
There's
his name a few years ago, but
Whole scam.
I remember it because he'd proposed to his girlfriend that he had known for a short period of time. This guy's he was a defensive lineman. He's making a couple million a year. And he went out and spent like $300,000 on an engagement ring and gave it to her. They got engaged, and then, I don't know, 4 or 5 months later, they split up, and then they wanted to get it back, and she wouldn't give it to him.
But why should she have to give it back?
It depends, honestly. If it's a gift.
I think she broke it off with him because the idea is the ring is kind of like
A
a
symbolic.
consideration, if you will, like in a real estate deal. That is the basically, hey, if you marry me, here's a ring. And if she says yes, then you accept. But if she says no, I don't want to get married, then the deal is off. You got to give the ring back.
That's not true.
Is the
That's the way it
engagement
should
ring
be.
the same as the wedding
There
ring?
are
or is
laws
it
in
two different
states
rings?
where that's the deal. You give an engagement ring, and then
It's two different rings?
Yeah.
Oh, they got us by the balls.
Well, you got an engagement
Wow.
ring, and then you got the wedding band.
Why is that
There's
not the
we-
same thing?
there's a wedding band.
Yeah.
Oh, she just gets the wedding band though.
No.
None of this
What?
engagement ring
I
stuff.
think if you actually, well,
It's
you
all
only get
scam.
the wedding
No.
band if you actually get married.
Yeah.
And
If you get
both
That's
married-
only one ring.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
you, both
you
get
get
wedding bands.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
You didn't know this?
That's
Well,
better. No,
I actually did
men's-
not know
Damn.
this.
Men's
yeah, this is
engagement.
better.
I mean,
The engagement rings
bands are
scam,
much
No,
cheaper than
how
women's.
else are you going to?
Women are
ask her
spending
to
like
marry you?
$40 on
Yeah.
those everlasting
You're
bands.
getting a little gold,
Three go.
14 karat gold hoop.
What if
Or the
she doesn't want
titanium
those?
ones
Well, then she's not
that are
married.
like
Oh
70
yeah, a lot
bucks.
of people give those out now.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to record all your conversations right
Oh,
now.
it was.
I don't know whose is more important right now.
It's okay. No, but what was I saying? No, I think it's super important. I think that how else are you going to like tell someone like, hey, I'm this much, like I'm devoted to you this much. It really doesn't matter like the size of the ring, what you can afford.
Why even get
It-
married? That's not. You can do a civil marriage.
People get married. It happens, Corey. Maybe it's not for you, but it happens for a lot of
It's
people.
for some people,
It
yeah.
happens for a lot of people. I just attended an engagement party
Yes,
this weekend.
but the laws, the way the laws are written, they definitely do not favor the man, especially in the blue state. So
Maybe it's because you got
any
butthurt.
guy that is gonna get engaged and involve the government better go talk to a divorce attorney first and get some advice, learn about the laws in your state, and most importantly, and this goes for every deal, business deal, always know your downside risk. What happens if it doesn't go the way you want and you want to get out of it? Let the divorce attorney explain to you how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take. What happens if you got kids and then you got to go through custody and all that stuff in the courts? Because that's very sobering, because most guys, the last thing anybody's thinking typically when they get engaged or even on their wedding day is getting a divorce. But about 50% of them, sometimes 60%, I think the numbers actually are coming down. I think because fewer people are getting married, so less people are splitting up and getting divorced. I saw a stat that showed it's like under 50% now for some demographics, which I find interesting. But a lot of people also aren't getting married. I saw that it was like, I think it's 40, almost 50% of the women that are like 45 and under don't have children.
Maybe that's because they missed their bus.
Unless it's
It's
short.
interesting.
Or
Well, the
maybe they just
globalists
don't
like
want
that because they want to
kids.
depopulate. They want to do everything they can to discourage people from having children.
Also, on a lot of things, there's a lot of things, the food additives that have prevented women from having children and men.
Yeah.
Or
maybe
things that
they
you
just
put
don't
inside
want
your
kids.
body.
Or maybe
My-
they
That
my-
is very true, Jade. That's a great point.
My
I like your
sister,
point.
she had issues with her body, so she took her a while, but to get like she wanted her ovaries taken out, and she's 35, and it took her years to actually get a doctor to do it, and she was a high risk, and it's your option whether you want to do that or not.
Yeah.
But I mean, she
Don't involve the government.
she doesn't want children, and she also had issues with her body. So,
It's a dangerous procedure.
but if she doesn't want children at all, then I don't see why not, And then she also her health wasn't that great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the health comes first, so they should look at it that
but
way.
there's a lot of reasons why I think that a lot of women can't have children nowadays is because of things that are put in the food
Absolutely.
and stuff like that. And, things that you do in an early lifetime of your youngster days affect
Your
that as
adolescence
well.
and your youth when
You don't care
you're
about
young
what's
and
going
dumb
on
and you don't think about
the future.
your young eggs and all the eggs. But yeah. Thank you for that, Chunky.
You're welcome.
No,
Will you
but
stop?
No, I will not stop.
stage 4. Let him be.
Arigato.
He's throwing up in his mouth and swallowing it.
Arigato.
Good.
Spitters are quitters.